Have you ever been in a conversation where you just knew what you were saying was important, but it felt like your words were just hitting a brick wall?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Or maybe you felt that, that really powerful urge to inspire action. It could be guiding a simple family decision or nailing a critical presentation at work, or even just finding the inner strength, the resolve to push through a tough personal challenge.
Right. It's universal.
We all seem to share this fundamental human desire, don't we? To be heard, to persuade effectively, and, well, ultimately, to make a meaningful impact.
Yeah.
But how do we genuinely connect? How do we truly convince and drive real change, not just in people around us, but, deep within ourselves too?
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're embarking on a really expansive journey, I think. It spans millennia, actually. We're drawing from a pretty rich stack of sources.
Okay.
We'll explore insights from ancient Greek philosophers like Aristotle and the rhetorical strategies of Roman orators like Cicero and Quintilian. Really foundational stuff.
The classic.
Exactly. Then we'll sort of fast forward to modern self-help titans, people like Tony Robbins and Dale Carnegie. And finally, we'll immerse ourselves in some truly iconic, unifying speeches. Figures who reshaped history, like Martin Luther King Jr. and Abraham Lincoln.
Wow, quite a range.
It is. And our mission today is really clear. We want to extract the most potent nuggets of knowledge, on the timeless art of influence, the magnetic power of purpose, and those deeply personal secrets to self-mastery. We're really looking for those foundational truths, but also surprising contemporary applications, things that can genuinely transform how you engage with the world.
Exactly. And think about it for a second. What is that elusive quality? The thing that makes a message just resonate, or compels a leader to inspire whole movements, or, enables an individual to achieve something that seems impossible, often against all odds.
Right.
We're going to systematically unpack these questions today, reveal some timeless strategies, maybe some unexpected insights that cut through all the noise, the constant information overload.
Yeah, there's a lot of noise.
So get ready for some serious aha moments, because this deep dive, it's all about empowering you to become a truly well-informed guide of your own narrative, fully capable of shaping your personal world and maybe the larger world around you too. All right, let's kick things off. Let's unearth some truly foundational wisdom long, long before podcasts and viral TED Talks.
Ages ago.
Ages ago, brilliant minds like Aristotle and Cicero were meticulously dissecting the very mechanics of what makes speech powerful, what makes it genuinely persuasive. So what can these ancient masters from way back then still teach us about the essence of influence? Stuff that's still incredibly relevant today.
It's amazing how relevant it is, honestly. Aristotle's big work, Rhetoric, it gives us this blueprint, a powerful, enduring framework that still, informs effective communication. He basically boils down how speakers achieve persuasion into two main categories. He says it's by examples or enthymemes and nothing besides these.
Okay, enthymemes. Break that down a bit.
Right, yeah. An enthymeme isn't just some fancy ancient Greek word. It's basically a rhetorical syllogism. Think of it as a logical argument, but a key part of the premise is left unstated.
Okay.
It's assumed the audience already gets it or believes it implicitly, like a logical shortcut, relying on shared assumptions.
Gotcha. And examples?
Examples are more straightforward. That's rhetorical induction. You draw from similar relatable cases or stories to illustrate and, prove your point. So it's not just about asserting something, it's fundamentally about building a logical, demonstrable case, either through that kind of subtle, deductive reasoning of the enthymeme, or by using powerful, illustrative examples.
That's such a crucial distinction, isn't it? It means persuasion isn't just what you say.
Right.
It's fundamentally about how you construct your argument, and doing it in a way that really connects with your audience's existing knowledge or values or beliefs.
Precisely.
And Aristotle, he goes even further, doesn't he? He really explores how a speaker's character, their ethos, shines through.
Yes, ethos.
Yeah. He notes that the very language we use, our manner of speaking, it can convey a sense of the kind of person the speaker is. But it's more than just words, right? It's about deeper virtues. In his Nicomachean Ethics, he even talks about good breeding and greatness of soul radiating through qualities like calm endurance. Especially under pressure.
That resilience.
This idea that your inherent character, your integrity, can subtly but powerfully just radiate through your words and actions. building trust and credibility.
Hmm.
It's profound.
And that profundity, as you said, it extends to his incredibly nuanced understanding of emotion too. Pathos.
Ah, pathos.
The feelings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Aristotle totally got that to truly move an audience, you need to connect emotionally. He advises using language appropriate to the feelings the things described call forth to effectively evoke sympathy or anger or whatever emotion you need. He knew the right words delivered with genuine feeling could sway hearts, but, and this is where it gets really insightful, he also cautions very strongly against overdoing it.
Right, don't lay it on too thick. Precisely. He warns specifically not to lay on any feeling too thick with vocal and facial enhancements. Even back then, that can make a speaker seem, well, fake, manipulative.
The bad acting.
Kind of. In fact, he suggests something counterintuitive but often super effective. Harsh things can be more persuasive when said in a mild tone. Which raises a really important question for us today, right? In all our communication, how do we balance genuine emotion with strategic, impactful delivery without seeming manipulative, without being disingenuous? It's a delicate tightrope.
It really is a tightrope.
Yeah.
And it shows that authenticity was just as prized back then as it is now.
Yeah.
People could sense it, when an emotional appeal felt forced or when someone was just performing.
Absolutely.
So let's shift gears a bit. From ancient Greece to the grandeur of Rome, we find other giants here, Cicero and Quintilian.
Also foundational.
They seem to deepen this whole holistic approach to the ideal orator. Quintilian, for instance, he famously argued that the perfect orator wasn't just someone with amazing technical skills.
No, it was more.
He was fundamentally a good man, a person possessing all the excellences of character.
That's such a powerful idea, isn't it? That true lasting persuasion, the kind that moves nations, isn't just about clever words or logic tricks.
Right. It's built on something deeper.
It's built on a foundation of virtue, integrity,
Yeah.
genuine character.
And if we connect that idea, the good man, to
Yes.
the bigger picture, it suggests integrity isn't just like a nice-to-have trait.
No.
It's an absolute prerequisite for lasting ethical influence. Without it, any persuasive effort, no matter how slick, just risks falling apart eventually. Cicero, in his big work, The Oratory, he really reinforces this. He states that an orator needs an all-encompassing knowledge to speak with elegance and fullness on any subject.
So it's not enough to just sound good. Exactly. It's not about being a shallow generalist, knowing a tiny bit about everything. It's about having real substance, deep understanding behind your style, making sure your words are backed by genuine knowledge, a broad perspective, a well-informed viewpoint. Without that intellectual depth, even the most eloquent words can ultimately feel hollow, lacking the weight of real authority.
Absolutely. Substance has to underpin the style. Always. And Quintilian, wow, as a master of rhetoric, he dives even deeper into the craft itself, doesn't he?
He really does.
Talking about how speaking skill is this blend refined by nature, art, and practice, a formula we still kind of use today to talk about skill building.
It's timeless.
But here's where it gets really interesting, something that feels incredibly modern. He suggests we can actively generate emotions in ourselves.
Right, the fantasiae.
Yes, fantasia or visions. This idea that we can vividly imagine scenarios, immerse ourselves so completely that we be moved ourselves before we attempt to move others.
It's not just acting.
No, it's not putting on a show. It's about cultivating profound empathy, immersing yourself so deeply in the subject that your own emotions become this genuine, authentic channel for connecting with and moving your audience, like a mental dress rehearsal of the feelings, not just the words.
It really makes you ask, though, how does one cultivate this goodness, this integrity, and this comprehensive knowledge in today's world? A world that often values speed and specialization and, fragmented information.
That's a challenge.
It implies a lifelong commitment, really, to ethical development, to continuous learning. Quintilian also gives us this remarkably practical framework, the 3 timeless aims of any effective speech to instruct, move, and charm.
Instruct, move, and charm. I like that.
It's incredibly relevant still, whether you're crafting a complex sales pitch or mediating a tricky family discussion or trying to sell a vision for a team project. You need to inform people, instruct, connect emotionally, move, and keep their interest, charm. It's a whole package.
So let's bring this home. What does this all mean for you, listening right now in your own life? These ancient masters, they're teaching us that truly effective communication isn't just about clever words or polish.
No, it's much deeper.
It's profoundly about integrity, about your ability to understand and genuinely connect with human emotion. and about presenting a logical, well-reasoned argument.
Foundational pillars.
So for your modern relationships, your workplace interactions, maybe ask yourself these deeper questions. Are you actively building trust through your character consistently? Are you genuinely connecting emotionally with others through empathy, trying to understand their perspective?
Right.
And are you providing clear logical support for your ideas, letting them stand on their own merit? The bedrock of persuasion laid down centuries ago. It's still the most important stuff. Okay, that's the ancient wisdom. Timeless, powerful, still potent. But let's pull it into the modern era. What about right here, right now?
Yeah, how has it evolved?
How have these foundational ideas evolved? And what new insights do we have about influencing others in our, let's face it, fast-paced, hyper-connected world? We're diving now into the modern dynamics, especially the power of why and that essential human connection.
It's fascinating, actually, how modern thinkers often echo these ancient truths, just, with new language, contemporary frameworks. Simon Sinek is a great example.
Start with why. Huge.
Huge. He argues people don't just buy what you do, they buy why you do it. That's his golden circle concept. Starts from the inside. Why, how, what, and he poses this critical challenge, doesn't he? If you don't know your own why, how can you expect anyone else to? That clarity of purpose, that deep belief, that's what truly inspires loyalty and action, not just from customers, but employees, partners, everyone.
This why concept, it really gets at something deeper than just logic, doesn't it? It reminds me of Aristotle's pathos, the emotional appeal.
Absolutely, there's a strong link.
Sinek points out that decision-making and the ability to explain those decisions exist in different parts of the brain. Our gut decisions, they just feel right. They come from that older emotional part of the brain, hard to put into words sometimes.
The limbic brain.
Right. So when a company like Apple communicates its why, its core belief in challenging the status quo, thinking differently, empowering individuals, people don't just buy a phone. They feel this mutual understanding, this shared belief system. They see Apple's products as authentic extensions of their own values. Not just cool gadgets. It's a primal connection. It goes beyond features.
Exactly. And Sinek ties this powerful why directly to trust, which is the bedrock of any lasting relationship or movement, right?
Absolutely.
He asserts that when organizations are selective, when they do business only with those who believe in our WHY, trust emerges. It's about finding common ground in shared values, not just transactions. And for the golden circle to really work, Sinek hammers on three things: clarity, discipline, and consistency.
Clarity, discipline, consistency.
He often uses Southwest Airlines as a prime example. Their deep why making air travel accessible and fun for everyone, that guided all their hows, their strategies, and their whats, their services. And that authenticity, that consistency let them stay profitable even through really tough times. Oil crises, 9/11. Their why was their compass. It kept them on track.
So the takeaway for you listening, as you navigate your career, build relationships, maybe even develop your personal brand online.
Yeah, what's the application?
The big question is, are you leading with your why? Understanding, articulating, and consistently living your core beliefs, your purpose. That can inspire way deeper loyalty and create much more authentic connections than just competing on what you offer or how you do something.
People connect with purpose.
Fundamentally, they want to connect with your vision, your beliefs, finding your tribe, essentially. And speaking of authentic connections, building that rapport, let's turn to Dale Carnegie. His advice in How to Win Friends and Influence People. It might seem simple on the surface.
Deceptively simple, yeah.
But it's so effective because it hits on fundamental human needs. Think about that amazing story of Jim Farley, the guy who helped FDR get into the White House.
Incredible operator.
Carnegie notes he did it, in large part, by remembering 50,000 people by their first names. 50,000. Plus personal facts about their families, their interests.
It wasn't just a memory trick, though, right?
No, exactly. It was about making people genuinely feel important, valued, seen as individuals, not just, votes or contacts.
Yeah, Carnegie really emphasizes that power of sincere appreciation, genuine encouragement. He urges us be hearty in my approbation and lavish in my praise. He tells this great story, a tenant facing a big rent increase, instead of getting angry or complaining right away.
Which is what most people would do.
Right. He met the landlord with a friendly greeting, just bubbling with goodwill, complimented the building, appreciated the upkeep before mentioning the rent.
And the landlord,
Totally disarmed. The landlord hardly knew what to make of it. It was so unexpected, so refreshing, he ended up lowering the rent significantly. It's a classic example. Starting friendly can completely change the dynamic.
And here's where it gets really useful for navigating conflict, which, let's be honest, we all have to do.
Constantly.
Carnegie suggests something almost radical. Avoid argument. He shares this story about a Mr. Parsons dealing with a cold, arrogant, and stubborn tax inspector.
Oh, I remember this one.
Instead of fighting back, meeting arrogance with arrogance, Parsons consciously decided to avoid argument, change the subject, and give him appreciation. He looked the inspector in the eye and said something like, "You're getting yours from the firing line of experience. I sometimes wish I had a job like yours." And he meant it.
Wow.
That unexpected, sincere compliment just diffused everything, turned an adversary into someone cooperative. It's about disarming through connection, not confrontation.
Which makes you wonder, how often do we escalate conflicts? In our lives, at work, by jumping straight into arguing, trying to win the debate.
Instead of finding common ground first.
Exactly. Instead of building rapport, showing some understanding. So for you listening, imagine applying these principles. At work, at home, remembering details about colleagues, expressing genuine appreciation, approaching tough conversations with warmth, with understanding, wanting to connect.
These aren't just nice manners.
Not at all. They're tangible, strategic steps. They build stronger relationships, smoother interactions. It's consciously choosing to build bridges, not walls.
Okay, so we've talked influencing others. But beyond that critical skill, there's an equally vital art, maybe even more challenging sometimes.
Influencing ourselves.
Exactly, influencing ourselves. How do we cultivate that inner strength, that drive, that deep resilience when things get tough, when the world throws stuff at us?
The inner game, self-mastery.
Yeah, the inner game. And many modern thinkers have really dug into this.
Tony Robbins comes to mind immediately. His works like Awaken the Giant Within, Unlimited Power, he teaches us about the profound power of state.
Power state.
He argues our neurophysiological states, how we hold our bodies, what we focus on, the language we use, they directly, powerfully influence our performance, our decisions, our outcomes. He asserts that beliefs shape reality. And crucially, that we can make conscious decisions at any moment to override this system of past conditioning or limiting beliefs or those stuck emotional patterns.
It's like that old saying.
Yeah, it echoes Proverbs 23.7, doesn't it? As he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Our internal world, our mindset, it's not passive, it actively creates our external experience.
So practically speaking, what does this mean for us day to day? How do we actually do that?
Well, Robbins shows us how to actively, deliberately change our emotional states. He talks about submodalities.
Submodalities.
Yeah, the finer distinctions in our sensory experiences. Like to intensify a positive memory or boost confidence, he says make the mental image brighter, closer, and larger in your mind. Conversely, to lessen the sting of a negative feeling or memory, you consciously make the image smaller, dimmer, or further away.
So you're kind of editing your internal movie.
Exactly. You're taking conscious control of your internal representations. Recognizing your brain processes info in specific kind of hackable ways, you can learn to deliberately tweak those internal signals to shift your state at will, pretty much.
That's powerful.
It is. But then how do we stay motivated when that initial buzz wears off or setbacks happen?
Good question.
Robbins introduces the toward versus away from concept. Basically, people are motivated either by moving toward pleasure and goals or moving away from pain and unwanted stuff. You can create huge drive by asking yourself, like, what will it cost me if I don't do this? Connect real visceral pain to inaction.
Ooh, yeah.
And his idea of reframing is another incredibly powerful tool. It helps us transform negative experiences by finding constructive ways to look at them, finding empowering interpretations, seeing the growth, the learning, the value in everything, even the tough stuff.
This is really pure personal empowerment, isn't it?
Absolutely.
By consciously choosing your beliefs, actively managing your emotional states with techniques like submodalities, deliberately reframing challenges, you unlock incredible internal resources, often untapped resources.
They're not just abstract ideas.
No, they're essential, practical strategies. For personal growth, sure, but also for navigating modern relationships, professional challenges. Master your inner game and you show up as your most resilient, capable, authentic self, consistently. Speaking of that relentless drive, that courage to overcome, let's bring in two more giants of motivation, Les Brown and Zig Ziglar.
Oh, yeah. Great example.
Les Brown's life story.
Yeah.
It's just an incredible testament to overcoming huge obstacles, labeled mentally retarded as a kid by a system that just didn't get him.
Tragic, but he turned it around.
He found purpose through a mentor who believed in him, and then he relentlessly pursued his dream, becoming a disc jockey, even after being told again and again, no experience, no talent.
Just kept going.
His mantra, fueled by this unbreakable belief, if you want a thing bad enough, with the help of God, you will get it. It wasn't just wishing, it was active, unwavering pursuit, driven by conviction.
And what's fascinating there is the power of a strong purpose. Brown uses that incredible example of boxer Buster Douglas.
Against Tyson, right.
Exactly. His motivation to fight Tyson wasn't just money, it was deeper. Survival, honor, a promise to his mother. That was a way more powerful why than when he later fought Evander Holyfield. He had a huge guaranteed purse then, like $24 million, but lacked that same primal drive.
Lost that fight, didn't he?
He did. Brown argues without that profoundly powerful reason, we might just lack the strength, the grit to push through setbacks, pain, overwhelming odds. The size of the goal matters less than the depth of the purpose behind it.
So connecting this to personal empowerment day to day, Zig Ziglar in C at the top.
A classic.
He talks a lot about how poor self-image often comes from past ridicule, negative judgments, failures.
Things that stick with us.
Right. And he emphasizes how critical it is to actively cultivate a strong, optimistic, resilient self-image. He even suggests something really remarkable. Greet people cheerfully, regardless of how I feel.
Kind of fake it till you make it.
Sort of, but deeper. He explains, if I don't feel good but act that way, I will soon feel that way.
Sure.
It's consciously influencing your internal state through external action, using that mind-body connection to literally act your way into feeling better.
That connects so well to the discipline of daily action, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Ziglar says it plainly. If you don't have daily objectives, you qualify as a dreamer. He stresses that what you get by reaching your goals is not nearly as important as what you become by reaching them.
That's a profound distinction.
It really is. It's not just about the outcome, the reward. It's about the effort, the character development, the resilience you build. The journey itself transforms you. Daily, small actions, fueled by purpose and positive belief, they compound over time into real transformation, lasting achievement.
So to really supercharge your personal empowerment, the application here seems incredibly clear.
Yeah.
What is it? First, identify what truly drives you, your deep, authentic why. Then, translate that into daily, actionable goals, something you can measure.
Yep.
Consciously cultivate that positive, resilient self-image. Actively challenge the negative self-talk, the old conditioning holding you back. And remember, overcoming limitations. It's a continuous act. Courageous belief plus consistent effort.
And that inner work ripples outward.
Exactly. It creates a powerful, positive ripple effect in everything.
Yeah.
Relationships, career, everything. Which brings us now to the broader stage. How do individuals armed with purpose, armed with persuasive ability, go beyond just individual impact? How do they inspire entire movements, fundamentally shape the world around them?
Visionary leadership, collective impact.
Yes. Let's get into that.
Well, Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. It's more than just a speech, isn't it? It's the prime example of a unifying why. So deep, it sparked a massive transformation. Simon Sinek points this out really well. People didn't just follow King's idea of a changed America.
No.
They followed their own idea of a changed America, a deeply held belief that King just came to personify. With incredible grace, incredible power, the details, the how to achieve civil rights, the what needed to be done. Those were debatable. Lots of different strategies were tried, argued over.
But it wasn't monolithic.
But the WHY, that fundamental belief in equality, justice, human dignity, that was universal. It tapped into a shared human desire, a collective longing. It transcended race, class, everything. United people around a common higher purpose.
And it's fascinating how this idea of a unifying why isn't just about specific issues. It spans time, different contexts. Look at Abraham Lincoln.
Gettysburg Address.
Exactly. He spoke of a profound why there, too. He wasn't just commemorating soldiers. He urged increased devotion to that cause, for which they gave the last full measure of devotion.
A call to honor sacrifice.
By recommitting to a greater purpose. He talked about ensuring that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
Goosebumps, still.
Right. These aren't just political statements. They're calls to a higher purpose. A collective vision that transcends the immediate horror, the division, the hardship, rallying people around a shared future. A vision of what the nation could be, should be.
So for you listening, think about your own sphere of influence, whatever its size, your family, your community, your workplace, even a small social group.
What's the connection?
What is that shared why? The thing that could potentially unite people, drive positive change. It's not about manipulation. It's about identifying, articulating, championing a collective belief, a higher purpose that harnesses energy for a greater good. True leadership, the kind with lasting impact, often starts right there. Clarity of purpose and the ability to share it compellingly.
And finally, let's talk about embracing authenticity, really learning from life's journey, which is often messy, unpredictable, sometimes painful.
Yeah, the reality of it.
Steve Jobs' Stanford commencement address just packed with profound insights on this. He spoke so powerfully about connecting the dots looking backwards.
Can't connect them looking forward.
Right. You often can't see the path when you're in it, but you have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. And here's the bit he called his most important tool.
Remembering death.
Yeah. Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Why? Because it lets all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure just fall away, leaving only what is truly important.
Wow. Strips it all down.
A radical call to shed the non-essential.
And the courage that implies, it's incredible. You are already naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart. That idea, embracing vulnerability as strength. It's echoed so powerfully by J.K. Rowling, too.
Right. Her Harvard speech.
Exactly. Reflecting on her own life, significant failures, she observed some failure in life is inevitable. It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default.
Powerful framing. Failing by default.
She found inner security and discipline not by avoiding failure, but by going through it, seeing it not as an end, but as a tough teacher. It's a testament to the transformative power of adversity met with courage and an open mind.
Which really raises the question for all of us, doesn't it? How do we cultivate that kind of raw courage in our daily lives? To live authentically despite the failures, the uncertainties, the pressures.
It's the big question.
Kurt Vonnegut, he offered this wonderfully simple yet profound antidote, maybe to the despair we can sometimes feel. He urged us just to remember to notice the small, sweet moments.
Like his Uncle Alex taught him.
Yeah. If this isn't nice, what is? Even when he was candid about his despair at the destruction of the planet, he consistently called for remembering happiness, appreciating the present, savoring those fleeting moments of joy, balancing the big picture with the everyday.
And Anna Quindlen, speaking to graduates, she delivered this ringing call to action. Be absolutely, certainly, unapologetically yourself.
Unapologetically yourself.
And she urged them to remake this country, remake the world. She and other visionaries like Paul Hawken, Isabel Wilkerson, they consistently emphasize the responsibility we each have to leave the world better, more just than we found it. They remind us there is much serious, hard, and ennobling work to do. And bit by bit, step by step, you can change things, the things that need changing. It's a powerful call, rooted in individual authenticity, courage, and collective persistent effort.
So the ultimate call to action here, for each of you listening, is to live authentically.
Yeah.
Fully informed by your unique experiences, your deeply held values, embracing the triumphs and the failures as essential parts of your journey.
Own the whole story.
Own the whole story. Embrace your unique identity, your distinct voice. Leverage your courage, your conscious choices as a powerful force for positive change. How will you take these timeless lessons, from ancient rhetoric to modern self-mastery, from ethical persuasion to visionary leadership, and apply them to become the authentic, influential, impactful person you truly want to be, not just for yourself, but for the world around you? Wow. Okay. What an incredible deep dive that was.
Quite the journey.
From Aristotle's ancient blueprints, logic, emotion, character, all the way to Simon Sinek's modern focus on leading with your core why. And from Tony Robbins' practical tools for internal mastery, mindset, state, to the inspiring, unifying visions of leaders like King and Lincoln, we've really seen that influence. It's a multifaceted art, isn't it?
Sure.
Profoundly human, built on both inner strength and outer connection.
Indeed. And the consistent thread, the powerful thing woven through all these diverse sources across centuries, different contexts. It's that profound link between clarity of purpose, unwavering integrity of character, and the ability to genuinely move others.
Move them through logic or emotion.
Or just the sheer force of an authentic vision. The core principles hold. It boils down to knowing yourself deeply, understanding your audience completely, and acting with intention. Consistency.
So what does all this mean for you, listening now, as you go about your day, facing your own unique challenges, your opportunities?
Right, the takeaway.
We've explored how to structure arguments for impact, how to build genuine rapport, real connection, how to kind of hack your own mindset and emotional states for more resilience, how to rally people around a shared compelling vision.
Lots of tools.
Lots of tools. But now, the real challenge, it isn't just absorbing this information, it's embodying it, truly integrating these timeless lessons into who you are and how you fundamentally engage with the world.
Which leads to, I think, a really important personal question for you to ponder and act on.
How's that?
How will you embrace authenticity as both a profound personal choice and a powerful transformative force in your daily interactions, your workplace, your community? How will your unique story, your purpose, your authentic self contribute to the conversations, the changes happening around you, the world and all its complexity? It's waiting for your unique contribution, for the impact only you can make.
What stands out to you most powerfully from today's whole discussion? Take these insights, apply them with courage, with conviction. Go forth and make your mark, not just by being informed, but by being truly, authentically impactful.